So they are from the Fond du Lac area, and they are an awesome MDA family that came here to support today. So we're super excited to have them as a part of our day. Wanted to start out by saying thank you guys. I mean, we can't say thank you enough to you guys. You are one of our top sponsors for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and you guys do our Shamrock program every year. It's just about 2 months long, so you know we love every second of it. We can't thank you enough. So I wanted to talk about a couple different things that are going on at MDA right now. So we have some awesome news to share with you guys. I'm not sure if many of you know, but there were 2 drugs that were just recently approved by the FDA called Spinraza, and that was for spinal muscular atrophy, which is what these boys have. So I'm sure they might talk a little bit about their lifestyle and what they go through on a day-to-day basis. But so that drug was just approved actually right before Christmas, which was amazing news. So that was one of the first drugs ever by the FDA to be approved for any muscle disease. And then just a few months before that, eteplirsen was approved for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne is a very common type of muscle disease. It usually happens in boys. So that was also approved in September, which is awesome news as well. So there are 2 drugs, and then there's also another one for Duchenne that's in the pipeline right now. It actually goes up for approval on Thursday. So that's awesome news. And then I believe there was one other, forgive me, I don't know the name of it, but it was for ALS. Otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease. There was an application that was approved to go to the FDA board. So the application was approved for the process to get it going, which is amazing news. I mean, there's some crazy things going on at MDA right now, and it couldn't be without the help of you guys. So
I'm Bree. I'm with the Muscular Dystrophy Association as well, and not to interrupt you, Murphy, but I have worked with Lowe since I started my career in 2009, and I'm so happy to be able to be here. I kicked off many of the Shamrock programs with your store in particular over the years, and throughout those 7 years, I stood up here and I said, this is so great because there's more drugs expected in the next 5 years than the past 50 years combined. And Murphy just told you about 2 of them that were approved. That is huge, and that's so much work that goes into the fundraising aspect of things. Like, as we know, a lot of fundraising for MDA is done dollar by dollar, one Shamrock at a time, and that starts right here in your store. We talked about how much progress has been made and how much work and really how much research has been done, and that was laying the foundation for what's to come and what has happened within the last 6 months. So I hope you really know that we are really passionate, we're really excited about this, and it's only going to get better from here. So thank you.
Yeah. So we're super excited, and he's excited too. So we have a lot of fun things coming our way, and this next year is going to be absolutely amazing with some of the great things that are going to come about. So I basically wanted to share just a couple of interesting facts that I pulled away just from our research updates in the last few years. Last year we put $16.4 million towards research. That is absolutely amazing. That's a huge amount of money, and you guys raised nearly half of that last year. If you take that into consideration, Lowe's raised, I believe, just under $8 million. So that's a ton of money just from your locations and the support that you guys give us. So we can't thank you enough. I wanted to talk a little bit as well about our care centers. So you guys have heard probably a little bit about our clinics, but we've recently kind of rebranded them to a care center where, it's a one-stop shop for these families to go and see a physical therapist, somebody to help them with their durable medical equipment, their neurologist, their
pulmonologists. Pulmonologists and different specialists are really in one location. It's really what we consider our multidisciplinary care. And I'm sure you guys will talk maybe a little bit about your care center visits that you've experienced over the years. But all of our care centers went through a very rigorous process to be approved to be a care center moving forward for the next 3 years. And that is because of the drugs coming down the pipeline. We're making sure that the different types of care that you would be seeing in a care center is exactly the same, whether you're in Green Bay or you're in Washington, D.C. or Los Angeles, no matter where you are. So there are 150 care centers in the United States, and they all will look the same.
Mm-hmm. Which is really important to us as well, because we want our families to have the best care possible, and they're going to get that. And like Bree said, there's about 150 care centers across the United States and Puerto Rico, and then there are 43 different care centers that are ALS specific to those clients that are living with ALS. Last year we served over 100,000 clients with our care centers, and that's absolutely amazing. So wanted to share that little fact with you. And then have any of you here ever been to MDA summer camp before? No? Well, I wanted to tell you guys you should come this year. It's a great year. It's a week where kids can go to camp and literally have the best week of their lives. They get to go swimming, they get to go fishing, they get to go on boat rides, and things that they've never really been able to do before. And then not only is it amazing for the kids, but the parents also get a week of respite time where they get to relax and maybe go on a vacation and have a trip of their own. So our summer camp is in Green Lake, Wisconsin at Pilgrim Center. It's just outside of Ripon.
So you guys are the closest Lowe's location to our MDA summer camp.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that nobody in here has been to MDA summer camp. So usually there's at least one person who raises their hand and says, I've been there. So we'd really love to have you attend this year. We usually do a Lowe's afternoon or evening where it's Lowe's specific activities with the kids, and you wear your red vests and really make sure to get involved and interactive with the kids, because you are raising money for 6 to 8 weeks and you get to see the impact of that right in Ripon.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year, a lot of our Lowe's associates, they did a parade for the kids, so they helped them build floats, which was really cool. So that's something that you guys could come and do and help us support the kids. So I wanted to put the everything over to Amy and Adam, and just to talk a little bit about their life with muscular dystrophy and their 2 boys.
Obviously, Mateo is 5, and we learned about SMA when he was 1 month old, I'm sorry. And at that time, we were told that there was no treatment, no cure, basically no hope, that he would not survive to see his 2nd birthday. He's 5 and a half and obviously doing amazing. He goes to school daily, except for today, he's playing hooky.
Just for you guys.
He rides the bus, he goes to school, he interacts with all the kids. He has a nurse who's in the back that goes to school with him, because my husband and I both work full time. Cognitively, he's not affected by this disease, so he's very smart, he's very aware of what's going on. He communicates with his eyes. He's lost most of his ability to move. His little corner of his mouth does move to indicate a smile when he wants to. Right, Mateo? Yeah. But we as his parents, we obviously know how to communicate with him and know what his needs are. Sometimes it is challenging because we have to go through a whole list of things, like what's bothering him, and then we can usually figure it out. His little brother here, Javi, just turned 1 on January 24th, and he is getting the drug Spinraza, which is why he's the way he is, because we were told that he was going to be similar to Mateo. With SMA, there's a 1 in 4 chance that any future children of ours, because we're both carriers of the disease, would also have SMA. So I was tested when I was pregnant with him, and he was accepted into a drug trial in Baltimore. So we go to Baltimore for him to get a spinal injection of the drug. We actually just got back from Baltimore last week, so he has been there 7 times to Baltimore. The first 3 times, all of us drove there and back 3 different times, Mateo included. So his trial will continue, even though the drug has been FDA approved, which is great for us because we don't have to battle insurance and all that craziness right now. We know that he will be getting the drug for at least 2 more years through this drug trial. Mateo is now eligible for it, however, because it's new, there's a lot of things that we have to go through, insurance one of them. Our insurance is stating at this current moment that they will not treat children with